Testing. All right, you're hearing a webcam right now.
Steve, someone has joined the chat on Twitch.
Welcome, traveler.
Okay. All right, step one. Holy Christ. So let me fix this. Okay, okay. Oh, all right. Holy motherless child. I'm going to give up streaming for a while. I swear. This has been an absolute nightmare on whether I'm on Linux or Windows. I streamed this afternoon on Windows. Everything, and and it shut down. It did about a half hour into the stream. It just wiped out again. Oh my! I'm ready to just. Let's see.
Steve, someone has joined the chat on Twitch.
Tony, you back for some? Back for some more? Back for some more? Oh my gosh! Let me get the lights fixed. Oh. I am. Ah, fuck the light. We can't have this before GeoGuessr. I was looking forward to it. Guess what? I don't know. Oh my gosh. Oh. So we'll see how long this goes now. But we're on Linux today or tonight. Windows crapped out again this afternoon. And I had reinstalled the drivers. I did a clean install, wiped everything out. Not a clean install of Windows. But I'm getting the same thing happening on Windows and Linux. So I'm pretty sure now it's one of two things. All right. It's not the drivers, it's not Linux, it's not Windows. It's either my card or my power supply. Now, I picked the 4060 because it was a mid range, not your best, but not your worst. And it was be perfect for what I do. And I didn't need to change my power supply. But the power supply now is about 6 years old on this thing. So I may think about that because then I did through Windows, I did an online test with stress, did a GPU stress test. And when it got to a certain point, it shut down. So which either tells me it's the card or it's the power supply. Once it got to a certain point, the card was pulling too much power. But I want to scream. And then things started out fine. Okay, we're going pretty good. Oh, wait, I can't move the mouse. The mouse stopped. And then, I don't know. I think maybe this motherboard doesn't have the best USB setup. I'll have to look. Now I got my mic plugged in the front hub. But it seems like if I knock the mic out, it stops the mouse. And if it stops the mouse, I can't get around. I could do the, like tab. I couldn't, I hit a, from Social Stream Ninja, one of the chat boxes came up covering the screen. I'm like, what? Oh, God. Oh. So we'll see how long this goes. We'll see. Because I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's the drivers, maybe it's Windows and Nvidia, and maybe it's Linux and Nvidia, and maybe Endeavor OS Arch is a little too forward. So I threw another SSD in here, and I've been rebuilding the Linux system over on Zorin OS. Not my distro of choice, but I wanted an Ubuntu base. Zorin's still on X11, so things will work a little bit better. Definitely, I'll be able to go back to a VST. Or I might just stop streaming on Linux again and say screw it and stay on Windows. So I am not sure, but I'm getting to the point where it's either my card, and my card was new. I just got this card in January, beginning of January. It was my Christmas gift, and it's a 4060, brand new. It wasn't used, wasn't refurbished. Who did I get it from? Because I got it right from the vendor. I didn't, I think I got the box up here somewhere. It's a PNY. I got it right from PNY for about $300 or so. So it's been an uneventful day. Well, you know, I didn't stream yesterday. I was working on the Zorn OS setup. So now, you know, it's going back and forth between Windows and Linux. My whole thing is to try to get Linux close to my Windows install and get to use stuff. Endeavor, as much as I like it, I like the GNOME desktop. I think building my OBS from the AUR net is not the choice to go. And using a flat pack is not the choice to go, the flat pack OBS, because I can't do, let's get some, how about some anime rock? How about that? We'll just see if this goes. We'll do some anime rock. It's a bit sad to sack Linux after all the work you did there, mate. Yeah. I mean, I've been using Linux for 8 years now. And for 6 of those years, it was my streaming platform. But I didn't do the stuff I do today with OBS. I was so new. I didn't know a lot of this stuff. I barely had I had no actions. I just had a few graphics. And then I discovered the world of StreamerBot. And my world, it just opened up. And I can't go back. I have too much fun building this stuff in that. But on Windows, it's the desktop just goes out and disappears on me. What was funny, the music was still playing, Tony, and I was able to send messages, and you were seeing the messages go back and forth to YouTube and Twitch. So StreamerBot was still running. But OBS, once the desktop went, OBS crashed. Now I am going to try to upload a log to the Discord forum and see if they can see where it crashed and why. Although it wasn't action, so was it you, Tony, that did the fart? Did that topple the graphics over the end? Because this card should be able to handle this. I mean, I'm not streaming real high. I did make some adjustments because frames per second were dropping, and I was having a lot of drop frames, rendering lag. Let's see what the stats doc says right now. So I'm at 0.3% frames missed due to rendering lag. I think it's an Nvidia issue with the way Linux runs Nvidia cards. In Windows, I don't have this. But now I'm not having any frames per second that I see drop. On the scene, my CPU usage was up around 13. Now it's around 10. So I made a couple of changes. But something is totally blowing me out of the water. And the only thing that makes sense to me is the card which I'd have to check. I don't know, having it picked in January might not still, the warranty might be done with already. But the power supply, because that would make sense. Because years ago I had something like that. I actually had an AMD card. But that's when I was strictly on Windows and that, but I was having problems with the desktop going away, now that I remember right. And that was like 10 years ago. Oh, ay caramba. It all it all started. See, I don't have my dream sequence on here. It all started the minute that guy requested a song last week, I think. No, it was actually happening before that. I mean, Sunday morning for me, I was good into hour plus into the stream on Sunday when it crashed. And then I tried to stream, start it two more times after that, and within minutes it crashed. Now I can go through and take out all my fancy stuff and all that, but then that's like, I guess what I should do or could do is set up another scene, another profile with just webcam and maybe a couple little things. And see if we run across the same issue. If it is, then that it's coming down to the card, and I'm gonna say I will probably go with a new power supply first. And I just might have to give myself some time off streaming. I don't know. How's my mic sounding now? Is it peaking out a little bit? Don't worry, Donnie. I'm just aggravated. But my card should be able to handle this. That's why I got the 4060. I still got my 1660. I could test that, although I would not have the background removal in that. The 1660 would use maybe less power. You like the music? Yeah, it's anime rock. I think anime is a real good thing. Speaking of which, this Saturday, oh, I gotta buy tickets tonight. Oh shoot! This Saturday we have a. This weekend it's called ASIN. There we go. Bring it up. So ACEN, ACEN stands for Anime Central. And my son, I've been taking my son. I think we missed 1 year during the pandemic. I'm going to say we've been going a good 10 years or so now. So Anime Central is coming. At the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center near O'Hare Airport, Chicago, near Chicago, Illinois. Rosemont, Illinois. Plan your trip. Let's see. Our events. Lots of come on, lots of cosplayers. Well, they have guess I always figure it's in Chicago, yeah. It's a yearly thing. It's usually this time in May. It's 3 days. It's pretty huge, pretty crowded. The gaming central that they have a lot of games and Xboxes and arcade games and all this stuff to play. Then all the cosplayers. Oh my God. You'll be walking along and going, wow, look at the legs on that guy. Many guys dressed as female cosplayers. Is it like Comic Con? Kind of, yeah. It's not like San Diego's Comic Con is huge. I don't know if Twitch they do cosplay, but I've not been. I might go next year to a Twitch con. Let's see. Do they have? Then I don't have any pictures coming up. But my son loves it. I just let he just goes. I'm the old man. I can barely walk half the time when I'm there. It's so crowded. And it's supposed to be really nice this weekend too. And we usually go to there's a Asian market sort of on the way. It's called Mitsua's, and they have a food court there, and they have Japanese, Chinese, Korean. You walk in, it just smells fabulous, and all sorts of Asian candies and stuff like that. But they recently opened up close by a new Korean market that has a Korean food court with Korean barbecue and stuff like that. So we might switch up and go there this year for lunch before we go. But it's a nice time. My son just goes crazy, and then we go. So they have Hyatt Hotel is right next to it, and they have a in the conference rooms that they have in the hotel. Every time you join the stream, you get hungry because I made chicken fried rice last night. I do pretty good on my rice. It's more of closer to a Japanese fried rice. I am into. I'm kind of old school in a way. I mean, I haven't watched a lot of the new stuff, but Ghost in the Shell by far is my number one. The original, and then the two series that they had. And they had a couple of short series after that. But Ghost in the Shell is one of them. And Cowboy Bebop. Love Cowboy Bebop. The music in Cowboy Bebop is really good. And then so there's I have the Cowboy Bebop series on DVD. I have most of Ghost in the Shell. And then I had the Cowboy Bebop movie, which is really good. Cowboy Bebop on Netflix, though they tried though as they way, it was horrible. It's a shame too. Ghost in the Shell movie with Scarlett Johansson. I well, the original is an anime. Definitely worth seeing. Spike Spiegel. Um, but Ghost in the Shell, the movie with Scarlett Johansson, the effects were pretty decent, but they changed the background of Motoko and all that. I I know why they went with Scarlett Johansson, but I wish they went maybe with a more Asian actor. There's some good female martial artists out there that could have played that role. Um, then I liked um oh, my son, he doesn't really watch it, but he watches a ton of anime online. He is of the school of listen to it in Japanese, but with the closed captions. Um, there's one called Full Metal Panic, not Full Metal, not Full Metal Jacket, not Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Panic is pretty good. Attack on Titans is really fucking weird. It is kind of bizarre. It is good. You want to see bizarre, the what do they call it? The chibi version where they were students and the big eyes. That's that I don't get into that kind of anime. But yeah, Attack on Titan. Um, of course, there's a lot of what do they call it? Fan service with the ample boobs and the swinging, um, Iki Tucson. That's a good series. Um, Go Danner. I did download our Iki Tucson. I forgot I had it on. I made a DVD out of it. I do like I said, I haven't really watched a lot of them lately. You know, how people watch One Piece. It's a popular one. I don't know why. One Piece. I knew someone that an assistant I had was really into Bleach. There's some anime that makes no sense at all. It's just like totally fan service. Buttons popping out, just for no particular reason except to have young boys go, oh, 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 look at them jiggle. Old men too. Oh, look. So that's going to be our Saturday going to ASIN. They have all sorts of, um, nice art and all that. It could get kind of expensive. I don't buy anything really. And DVDs to music to clothing to swords and contact lenses, you can have lizard contact lenses. You got young girls that are as white as a sheet, that their body has never seen the sun, wearing the skimpiest anime costumes. I see nothing. And then they've had concerts. We watched, and they're free concerts too. We watched a couple years back. I don't remember the name of the band, but they did anime music. Um, a lot of table games and that will go on, and just it's an unbelievable weekend. It's a my son would really love to buy a weekend's worth, go there Friday through Saturday, Sunday, and stay at the hotel. Then after hours, where the rooms that they show the different animes and that, they will have hentai. A long drive? No, about 35 minutes maybe. You met some Twitch friends and gaming friends 2 years ago. I think it was at Comic Con in London. It was really fun. Yeah. And you know what? It is such an open and safe environment. And that draws in these things, these events draw in a lot of people on the spectrum. My son's one of them. And I've never seen anybody mean. I could be in a Spider-Man costume and they would go, dude, can I get your picture? And later on, they're probably going, look at this fat fuck, But my son has worn his Mario hat and shirt and, hey, dude, can I get your picture? We were planning a trip, but it depended if we were able to get tickets. It's not easy to get tickets. You got to register to even be drawn for tickets. And I think either me or my son was chosen, but not me or my wife. And you can only get buy the one ticket. Oh, excuse me. I wore myself out getting this stuff going. But it's such a it is a safe environment. Um, like I said, people are not mean. They're relatively polite. They're just there to have fun. A lot of picture taking. What else? It just it was it's a pretty good time. No, not a lot of good food. There are in the hotel there kind of is, and they do have food trucks, but the food trucks are metal music. What's up, metal? Username. I thought I fixed that. Uh, so that's a shout out. So now I got my shout outs are working if I spell the shit right. I didn't get the command. I thought I fixed that. I think I fixed it on the Windows side. So you saw parentheses use namer. It should be user name. Um, I was throwing in those on YouTube side that are content creators and may have streamed, and you are a content creator, metal. Your name was in my list. Can't believe I spelled that wrong. And that's what will happen if you don't spell commands right. So I went through and when it was, and so now I'm also going, now that I got this working, so this is all my own creation. So I have first words, get triggered on first words. So first words, either it'll be a big welcome, or if you're like a streamer on Twitch or a content creator on YouTube, I have another file going there. And now I'm going to create, now that I know what I'm doing and got it right, because YouTube is a really bitch to work with. They're not as open as Twitch is with the API and that. But now I can start throwing, put together another for, for some people that have been very, either I think I have one moderator, um, or subscribers, or those that are really supportive of me and what I do. And I don't mean monetarily. So I'm looking now that I know that this is working right. Now, there are guys out there and girls that have created stuff, but this is my own. This is my own stuff. Oh my God, Metal, you cannot believe. I don't know if it's Nvidia. We're waiting to see if the stream crashes, because I streamed earlier today on Windows. And sorry. So on Sunday, let me get my timeline right. So last Wednesday, I had trouble with Linux, and the desktop just goes blank. All right, Tony, time for bed. Have a good night. Sleep well. Thanks for joining. We'll see you on the next one. So I'm thinking it's the driver because there was an update. So two things updated. My OBS updated through the AUR, and there was an Nvidia update. Thursday, I do my geoguessing, and I did it on Windows, and things were fine. I was testing things out on Friday and Saturday, and would have just my desktop just goes blank. Sunday, 3 times on Windows. I was into an hour plus in the stream on Sunday. When it happened, it just all of a sudden it's like the computer's still running, but it just boom. I guess that's what happens when they use AI to write their drivers. Well, what's funny is it's doing the same thing on Linux, the exact same thing. Middle of the stream, or it doesn't need to be in the middle. It could be when I restart it. The desktop just goes blank. Like the desktop, the Windows manager just like dies. My GNOME desktop dies. But I could tell things are running. What was really weird Sunday on Windows is StreamerBot. My music was still playing. I couldn't see nothing. OBS, once OBS, I think I'm thinking my video card died. But I reboot and it comes back up. So why would Linux and Windows be doing the exact same thing? Just all of a sudden, everything's still running, but monitors are blank. And no matter what combination of keys you hit, nothing. But you can still, stuff is still running in the background. So I'm thinking today, and I ran a online stress test for my
Steve,
GPU.
someone has joined the chat on YouTube.
Welcome to my life.
No, this is my desktop, and